to see so many new people in the group, so that's great. So today we'll look at general training, informal letter writing. So by the end of this webinar, you will be able to identify different types of informal letter, use a simple structure to plan your letter, use an appropriate greeting and sign off, write a clear opening and closing statement, and use informal grammar and vocabulary. So here's a general training task. So just have a look through that. I'll give you a few seconds to look through that. Okay, so we'll have a look at the task. So obviously to write a letter, 150 words approximately, 20 minutes, 3 types of letter. So we have formal, semi-formal, and personal. Okay, so is this letter formal, semi-formal, or informal? How do you know? So if you just pop that in the chat box. If I can get the chat box, let me see. Okay, now maybe Jamie, you can tell me what's in the chat box because it seems like I've lost it. Ah, there it is. That's okay. It's back. It's back. Great.
No problem. Let me know if you'd like me to read anything for you, Stephen. Okay.
Definitely.
Cool.
Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, everyone's on track there. Informal, informal. Tertiary there. Yeah. How do you know? Because you're writing to. Let me just go back there. So you're writing to a friend. So everyone got that. So types of letter. So think about what you'd be doing there. So I'll just tap on these. So the first one, what might that be? Okay. Good. What about the second picture at the top? Yeah, job application. Yeah, it could be both. Yeah, good. What about the one at the bottom? On the left. Yeah, good, good, good. And the last one with the question mark and I. Okay, could be both really, yeah, good. So informal letters will be addressed to a friend. So why might you need to write to a friend? Yeah, invitation. You miss them. Yeah, true. Update them. You could be apologizing. You could be asking for information. Excuse me. Maybe you want some information on a course that they've done or something they bought. Yeah, good. So here's some common reasons for writing a letter. So let's have a look. We got a complaint, invitation, application, request, apology, explanation, making arrangements, giving information. So which ones are usually formal semi-formal, or informal. So let's look at complaint, and we've got any style as well. So what about the first one? Okay, yeah, good. Formal, okay, good. And invitation? Informal, could be semi-formal. Yeah, like a wedding or something like that. Good. Application. Formal, very good. Whoops, I've given you request. What about apology? Okay. Well, it could be any style. So depending on the situation. Explanation. Okay, good, good. Oops, there seems to be a slight problem with my controls on this today. So explanation, so we've got informal, semi-formal. Apology could be any style. Making arrangements, any style. And what about giving information? Okay, good, good. Yeah, any style. Okay, I'm just going to go back to that. So just have a look through those just for a few seconds. Yeah, the controls today are kind of not working 100%, so apologies for that, but we will get through it, no problem. Okay, so planning your letter. So before you start writing, make a plan. So underline keywords. So we've got invite a friend. What are other keywords in there? What other keywords do we have? Birthday, country, yeah. What else? Yeah, another country. Visit. Spare room. Yeah, offer. Okay. Good. Right. So, yeah, another country. Visit. Birthday. Inviting your friend. So tell about your birthday. Explain why you want them to visit. And offer your spare room to stay. Okay, so those would be the key words we could look at. So brainstorm ideas for each main point. So think about a friend or country. So you can type this in. Then I'll type something in. So give me some examples from your own experience. Okay, good. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Birthday. So can you think of any important birthdays? 40th, yeah. 30th, yeah. Good. Why visit? So why visit? Yeah, enjoy your time together, yeah. What else? To celebrate, yeah. Nana, yeah, haven't seen them for a long time. Both of you are close, yeah. Old friends, catch up. Okay, good. And then spare room. So what would you say about the spare room? Large, okay, yeah. Offer accommodation. Don't worry about the accommodation. Yeah. Okay. So you can stay, yeah, okay, good, good. So we'll put some examples there. So you've all thought of a real friend. So we've got Maria from Greece, friend from college, 30th birthday. So some of you mentioned the 30th birthday. We've got dinner, then karaoke. Looking at old photos, want to catch up. So some of you mentioned the catch up and then catch up with old friends. So see old friends, haven't seen each other for a while, so that's good. And then lots of space, can pick up from the airport. Okay, good. So we'll look at an example structure. So we'll have the greeting first, followed by the purpose, body paragraphs, closing, and sign off. So see if you can match the phrase to each section. So best wishes, best wishes. Tejuri, sign off. 5, yeah, okay, good. How are you? One, Sky, yeah. Saha, Bunmi, Tapaima, yeah, good. Anyway, I can't wait to hear from you. So, okay, Takashi, closing, yeah. Pramila, good. Okay, good. Right. As for the party, it's going to be great. Okay, good. Good, good, good. 3 body. Okay. I thought I'd get in touch to ask. Purpose, yeah. Let's have a look. Good. Sorry it's been so long. Okay, Sky, yeah, number 1. Lena, number 1. Okay. Good. Okay, all the best. Okay, let's have a look. Just coming through. 5, okay, let's have a look. Yeah. You're welcome to stay at my place. You're welcome to stay at my place. Okay. All right, let's have a look. Okay. Body paragraphs. Thanks so much for your letter. Sishan says two, Sarah says greeting. Let's have a look. Yeah, it goes in greeting. So I just wanted to let you know that. So where is that going to go? Where would we put that? So Tejri has got purpose, Mohammed, two, Alinka. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, purpose. I just wanted to let you know that. Oops. So let me know if I can help at all. So Lucia's got 4, Bunmi says 3, Alok says 3, Osama says 4. Let's have a look. Let me know if I can help. So closing. So hang on, let me just go back. So it's going forward. So just have a look at those. Just take those in. Okay. So you can see. Okay, good. So greeting and sign off. So what informal greetings do you know? So what informal greetings do you know? Okay, hi there. Yeah. How's it going? Cheers. Are you sure that's a greeting? Osama, what's up? If you're in America, for sure. What's up? Says Mohammed. Okay. So let's have a look. Hi. Okay. Hey. Dear. Is there anything wrong there? Yeah. How's it going? So, dear friend. So, wouldn't put that. Dear Mr. Mrs. Dear Sir, Madam. So that would be very formal. So, what about sign-offs then? Informal sign-offs. Cheers. Skies put. Best wishes. Best wishes. All the best. Waiting to meet you. Yours lovingly. Okay, that might be a love letter. Okay, let's have a look. So, best wishes. All the best. See you soon. Best regards. So, yours sincerely. We wouldn't really put there. Yours faithfully. Yeah. So they would be used in a formal situation. Okay, good. Everyone's got the right idea. So remember, make sure, excuse me, make sure you have a comma after your greeting and also after your sign off. Okay. All right, openings. So we want to state the purpose of the letter. So we might be inviting someone. Apology, as we discussed before, explaining something, request. And it's polite to make a little bit of small talk first, okay? So now we'll give you a few seconds, see if you can write an opening for this letter and just put it in the chat box, okay? So have a look at the task and see if you can write an opening. So based on the information, your own information, okay? See if you can write an opening. I'll open the chat box and I'll have a look. So see if you can write the opening. Okay, hello Margaret, I hope you're doing okay and work is treating you well. Yeah. I hope this letter finds you well. It's been a long time since we met last. Okay, hi Katie, it's been a long time. How's everything going over there? How have you been? I hope you're doing fine. Yeah. Hi, Senorita. Hope this finds you well. Okay. Hey Mary, how are you doing nowadays? Okay, some good ones there. Some good ones. Right. Let's have a look. So here we've got an opening. So this has been written in a formal style. So let's see what you would change. So tell me what you would change. Okay, I'm just gonna hopefully open the chat box. That's it, good, I've got it. Okay. Well, think about vocabulary. So would you use that? So some of you said no. Okay. Yeah, some of you are telling me a bit far ahead there, telling me, but no problem. So we change that. So dear Maria. So how would you change that? I apologize for the delay in writing to you. So how do you think you would change that? Okay, good. The messages took a little while to come through there. So I apologize for the delay in writing. So how would you change that, do you think? Okay. Well, let's have a look. Sorry it's been so long since I last wrote. Right. Contact you to ask if you would like to come to visit me. So can you think how you might change that? Yeah. So sorry I could not write you earlier. That's good. Okay. Right, let's have a look how we would change it. The messages are just taking a little bit of time to come through there. So get in touch to see if you'd like to come over for a visit. So what about the linking words then? However and therefore, what do you think you would change those to? How would you change the linking words? Okay. So, yeah, good. Okay, good. Right, let's have a look. So, but it's my birthday next week. So I thought I would get in touch to see if you would like to come over for a visit. Okay, so just take a little time to look at that. Okay, good. So we've got some contractions there, or we will have. So think about those. How would you contract them? How would you contract them? Okay, here they come. Yeah, good. Natish, Mary, good. Okay, let's have a look. So it's I'd, you'd, okay. Very good. So let's move on to the body paragraphs then. So we want to write one body paragraph for each point. So we need to include the main point and supporting details. And then you need to make sure that you cover all the points on the task. That's really important. So here are our pictures. So as it's my 30th birthday, I thought we could, so what can we do? So what can we do? So look at the middle one. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. I think there's some kind of lag on the text box, guys. So I thought we could do something special. So far, the plan is to what? What's the plan so far? So far, the plan is to okay, let's have a look. Go out for a fancy meal at Ben's restaurant. Now, I've given you the answer to that. Then we'll go out to a karaoke bar. How could you end that? Then we'll go out to a we'll go out to a karaoke bar. Anything else you might do? Yeah, go for karaoke, have some fun. Yeah. Anything else? Okay, let's have a look. And see where the night takes us. How does that sound? Okay, sounds good to me. So, have a look at the informal language we've got there. So, we've got some phrasal verbs. Go out, go out. Informal lexis, fancy, yeah. So far, idiomatic, see where the night takes us. Okay, some idiomatic language there, good. So let's have a look at the next part. It would be great if so see if you can complete that. It would be great if okay, we could go for down then up. Okay. You could make it over. Okay. I was looking at, so look at the first picture there. Okay, I was looking at, so what?
Let's see. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me okay? How about now? Yep, you can hear me? Okay, excellent. It looks like Stephen had to cut out there. It looks like we have some internet problems, but don't worry, he should be back very soon. I can just about see your chat. Let's see. Can you hear me okay? I think my audio is switched on now, so you should be able to hear me. Let's see. Yeah, we are definitely having some internet problems, guys. Bear with us. I'm sure Stephen will be back in a moment. If you can hear me and you would like to ask any questions about the general training test, you can ask me in the chat. I'll try and tackle them while we wait for Stephen to come back. Now my own screen's frozen, so I'm not quite sure where we are. Oh, let's see. Okay, you can hear me. Excellent. Good evening, Nitish. Great. Okay, sorry guys, my chat froze, so it's difficult for me to know what's happening, but it seems to be working now. While we wait for Stephen to come back in, would you like to ask any questions you have about the writing, about any aspect of the listening or the writing test, any aspect about IELTS? Feel free to ask. Let's see. You can ask any questions you have in the chat, and oh, I can see some of your questions in the Q&A. So yeah, rolling on the floor laughing, Osama, that's right. It's yeah, my screen's frozen again, so it's hard to know what's going on. Let's see. Okay, I've got a couple of your questions here, guys, so I'll try and ask them. First question is from user. User is asking, can I submit a sample of my writings to get it checked? You absolutely can, user. You can send it into our website and we'll be able to evaluate your writing and give you an estimated score. Hi there, Stephen. I can see you've joined us.
Yeah, Zoom seems to be not working very well today. So just give me a sec. Let's have a look.
No problem. Yeah, you can get set back up. We're back, guys. Excellent.
Back in the room.
Yeah, back in the room. So yeah, overloaded with us. Perhaps Nina, perhaps. There's a lot of us here today. So yeah, let's see. A couple of other questions while Stephen's getting set up. Benjamin is asking, will I be penalized for using formal language in an informal letter? You might be, Benjamin, especially for lexical resource, because if you're using very formal language, it's not going to sound natural in an informal letter. It'll be inappropriate register. So it could reduce your score, particularly for lexical resource. So you should aim to use informal language for the informal letter, formal language for the formal letter. Okay. Let's see. It's difficult to answer though, because there are different, standards of course out there. Some are very, very good, and I believe they could help you if you have a good teacher that knows what they're doing, that knows the exam well, has a lot of experience teaching, then they should be able to help you to get a high score in 6 months. However, there is a lot of different quality of courses, so choose wisely. If you can speak to someone who's taken the course before, find out a bit more about it before you pay for anything, that would be my suggestion. Okay. All right, Stephen, I can see you're back with the presentation. So
fingers crossed. Let's see how this goes. So we're a couple ahead there.
Cool.
So we'll just read through that. So it'd be great if you could make it over. I was looking at the photos from our course graduation party the other day. So many amazing memories. So do you remember Rosie and Paul from the course? Well, so let's see what happened to Rosie and Paul. They're getting married, so they'll be at the dinner, so you can catch up with them too. So let's have a look at the informal language here. Okay, make it over, catch up with. Phrasal verbs, make it over, yeah. And then we've got the other day, catch up with, informal. And then exclamation mark, so amazing memories, they're getting married, okay? So if you're putting things like that in exclamation marks, use of informal lexis, good phrasal verbs, then it shows good control of the language. So let's have a look at our body paragraphs. Fingers crossed. So you're welcome to, so look at the first, just have a look in the chat box. My controls seem to be working okay now. Good, stay at my place, stay in my spare room, stay over at my place. Yeah, good, everything's working well, yeah. Stay over at mine. While you're here, there's plenty of room, we have a spare room. Oops, too quick. I gave you that. This mouse is incredibly sensitive, and I'd be happy to pick you up at the airport. Just let me know. So look at the last one. So what kind of things would you have on that? Yeah, good. When your flight is. What else would be on? When you arrive. Yeah, good, 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 good. Yeah, flight number, ETA. Very good, Albert. Yeah. What time you arrive? Yeah, good. Good. What time are you arriving? So I'm just going to close that off. So we got informal language, contractions. Yeah, your, there's, I'd. Okay. Now, can you see anything else there that might be informal language? Anything else you can see? Nina says it looks okay. Yeah, Olivia, at mine. Yeah, at mine. Stay at mine. Good, good. Very good. Right. So there it is. So just read through it. I'll give you a few seconds to read through it. See if you can spot anything that you would change. Okay. User, can't wait. Okay, let's have a look. So before you sign off, you can include a brief closing statement. So we've got one there. Is that closing statement suitable? Yeah, good. Change, look forward to you. Yeah, good, good, good. Too formal. Yeah. So how could you improve it? What would you change it to? Very exciting to see you. Can't wait to see you again. Can't wait to hear from you. Can't wait to see you. Okay, good. So we'll change that. Looking forward to hearing from you. Okay, very good. Okay, excellent. So just make sure you put your name after you sign off. Yeah. So best wishes, Stephen. Best wishes, Mary. And then just a recap. So I know we've had a bit of a hit and miss presentation today because of Zoom, but we'll just recap what we've done. So we decide on the type of letter. We plan the main points, so we brainstorm them. We're going to choose a greeting based on what the task is, write our opening, body paragraphs, closing, and sign off. Okay, guys. There we go. We got there in the end.
All right. Excellent, Stephen. Thank you so much.
No worries.
For rejoining us after you lost the connection there. So yeah, well done. And yeah, thank you everyone for joining us and for giving over your answers, suggesting different vocabulary. It's been great to see some of your answers, some really high level answers there. So well done. We will now have about 10 minutes left to discuss any questions you have, whether it's specifically about letter writing in general training, or if you have any general questions about the IELTS test. So feel free to add any questions you have to the Q&A there. We'll talk about them in a moment. I would just like to do a bit of promotion before that for our speaking and writing evaluation service. I've put the link to that in the chat. We offer a writing evaluation service, both for general and academic. You can send in your writing via our website. One of our trained examiners will look through your writing, give you an estimated band score, and give you suggestions for what you can do to improve your writing in the future. So if you are planning to take the test soon, this could be a good way to get an idea of what your current strengths and weaknesses are and what you can do to improve your writing. We offer a similar service for speaking as well. I've also put a link there to our IELTS Explained listening and reading course. So this is a series of video lessons that gives you tips and strategies for how to approach the listening and reading sections of the test. So if you're looking for a bit of additional support with listening or reading, the IELTS Explained course could be a good option for you as well. Okay, so please feel free to check those out. We can take a look at some of your questions now. We'll start with the ones in the Q&A first of all. So if you do have questions, please add them to the Q&A box. I can see, Erinda, that you have your test coming up on October 8th. So best of luck with that, and best of luck to everyone who has their test coming up soon. Right. Stephen, I can't actually see you on the video.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I'm guessing you're still here, so I think
Still here.
That's good to know. So I'll jump in and ask first question here. So we've got a question here from Rodis about the letter writing. In the exam, will they tell us what type of letter to write, or is it just we have to understand the type of letter from the question?
Yeah, basically you'll have to understand the type and the tone of the letter by the question. So you'll have to decide that. So for example, if it says something like you receive poor service in a restaurant and you want to write a letter of complaint, then you're going to choose the tone that you respond in. And similarly, what we've discussed today with our presentation, they're obviously based on the question, you would realize it's informal.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you have to notice from the question the type of response to give, exactly. My Q&A has frozen a little bit, so I'll take a question from the chat. This is a good question. Can we wear a watch into the test? This is from Olivia. For example, an Apple Watch, would that be allowed?
Usually, no. Usually things like that and electronics are taken off you. And when you go into the test room, there won't be any clocks or anything like that, because you could be watching to see, looking at it to see how long the test taking, how long it is for your part two. So usually clocks are removed and electronic devices and things like that are taken off you. Yep. So basically, I never tested in where you tested, Jamie. I would have thought it would be similar kind of code of conduct or code of practice, sorry.
Yeah. No, when I was an examiner, even the examiners had to hand in their phones and their watches as well. So the same rules, I think, apply for everyone. No phones and no watches in the exam room. Okay. Let's see. Question here from Smruti. When can we use the question mark and the exclamation mark together? So you have a question mark and an exclamation mark kind of written at the same together to end a sentence?
It's a kind of used in a rhetorical sense, really. You've got a statement and you're kind of, it's something that maybe not going to be answered by the reader. I don't know, maybe you want to answer that a little bit more clearer than me.
Sure. I would agree as a rhetorical question, but I would also say it's for informal writing. If you're kind of asking an excited question when you're, perhaps it's a surprise or you're excited about the answer. So, do you think you can come, to visit me? And it's like I'm excited to know the answer, but it would only be appropriate in an informal letter. Not put them together in a formal letter.
Yeah, something like, what do you think about that? Yeah, something in that kind of.
Yeah.
I can see the actual Q&A. Can you see it, Jamie, now or not?
Yeah, I can see the Q&A. Yep.
I don't. Just one question. It's quite an interesting one. I don't know if you answered it before. Benjamin's asking about being penalised for formal language in an informal letter.
Yeah, I did actually answer that. Yeah, but if you would like to add anything to it,
not really. Yeah, it's all about the tone. If the tone is inappropriate, then you're going to be coming down to a band 5. So the tone is inappropriate. So yeah.
Okay. Wow, it can really reduce your band by that much if you're.
If the tone is inappropriate, then basically you haven't fulfilled the task requirements.
Okay.
So
Sure. So that, so it's so important to use, to learn and to use the appropriate language, I think there. So the kind of language we've looked at in today's session, totally appropriate for informal letters. We have other sessions focusing on formal letters and the language you can use for these as well. A really good related question from Takeshi here, who is asking about abbreviation. Can we use abbreviations in informal or semi-formal letters, such as VIP, ASAP, this kind of thing?
Yeah, ASAP, I don't think you're likely to be penalised for that. It's only one. As long as it's not... One thing you have to pay attention to, that you don't use text kind of language, because that will be penalised. But if it's a proper abbreviation, then I don't think that's going to be an issue at all.
Yeah. So, sorry, Stephen, I can see that we have a request to share the question again. If you could maybe go back to the example answer, that would be great. So let's see. Pramila is asking too many words. Pramila, I think there were about 180 words, and that is quite long for a task 1 response. You won't be penalized for writing more than 150, but you might run out of time for task 2. So you need to decide, how many words can I write to cover all the points without going over the time limit? If you can do that in 180 words, that's fine. You won't be penalized. If you can do it in 160, that's fine as well. You'll only be penalized if you write less than the word count, 150 in this case. Okay, let's see. We have time, I think, for just one more question, and then we'll need to wrap up for today. So we have some questions about greetings here. What's the best way, this is Dr. Meshak is asking, what's the best way to start a greeting for an informal letter? Is it good to start with Dear John or Hello John? If they don't, especially if they don't mention the friend's name.
Yeah, well, just you're going to make that up. So based on, or you're just going to make it up, or just imagine that you are writing to a friend. So yeah, Dear John, hi John, how are you? Long time no see.
Yeah.
Anything like that is going to be fine. I mean, there's a number of different ways you could do it, as we had on our slides there. So hi, hey, how are things?
Yeah.
So a number of different ways you could do it if you're writing to a friend.
Yeah, and you're right, you say that, sorry, dear can be used for both, for
Yeah.
formal and informal. It's fine for both types of letter. Yeah. All right. Excellent. Well, I'm afraid, guys, we're going to have to wrap up for today's lesson. I'm sorry we didn't have quite as much time as usual to discuss your questions. We were battling with technical issues there towards the end.
Yeah.
So I'm glad we've made it through, and thank you for bearing with us. I would like to say a big thank you to Stephen for presenting today.
No worries. Thank you.
Cheers, Stephen. And thank you guys for joining us. I have added the links to our speaking and writing, our IELTS Explained courses, our upcoming lessons, as well as our YouTube channel and Facebook in the chat. If you can check out our YouTube channel and Facebook page, give us a like, a share, or a subscribe. That would be fantastic, and it helps us to keep offering these lessons for free. So we'd really appreciate that. If you do have any extra questions that we didn't discuss today, you can add them as comments to our videos on our YouTube channel, and we do check them and we can write a reply to you that way as well. Otherwise, please join us for another lesson in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, we hope you found it useful and hope to see you again soon. So thanks very much, guys.
Bye, guys. Thanks for staying with us. Bye for now. See you soon.
So, cheers, Stephen. Have a great
Cheers,
holiday. We'll
Jamie.
see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye.
for now. Mm-hmm.